For the home, kitchen and beyond, Napoleon manufactures appliances that homeowners have come to trust. Even a trustworthy appliance requires occasional maintenance or repair. However, if you're in need of Napoleon appliance repair from experienced professionals, your local appliance helper can help. The thermostat. Although this may seem obvious, be sure your thermostat is set to heat and that it's actually colder in your house than the temperature the thermostat is set to. If it is neither of these reasons causing the issue, try turning the fan switch to on to force the furnace to start blowing air. If your furnace still refuses to turn on, check your programmable thermostat for an error code. Often, newer electronic thermostats will display an error code if something is wrong. Check the display and see if it tells you what the problem is. If it still doesn't work, after you have tried all of those options, the problem is probably slightly more tricky than a simple thermostat fix. Continue reading to learn what some other causes may be. The gas line. First and foremost, verify that the gas is turned on. You can check this by examining the shut-off valve which is outside. Another easy way to tell if the gas is on and working properly is by starting another gas-burning appliance. Like the stove. If it seems like the gas line is not the issue and the gas is flowing to other appliances, check to make sure the gas supply to the furnace itself is open and clear. If the gas supply to the furnace is disrupted, your furnace could potentially be lacking the amount of fuel necessary to ignite. Finally, if you smell gas or believe there is a leak, evacuate your home immediately and call a professional to evaluate the emergency issue. The furnace. Your furnace could also be the cause of the problem. The switch inside the furnace could have accidentally been switched to off. So be sure the power is turned on. Even if you have a gas system, it uses electricity and must be turned on. There is a power disconnect switch by the furnace. You can also check the breaker to make sure power to the furnace has not been tripped. If it has been tripped, be sure to turn it back on. However, if it continues to trip, call an HVAC technician because something is wrong. The filter. One of the easiest solutions to fix a broken furnace is changing the air filter. If routine filter changes have not been completed and your vents and registers are completely clogged, this can greatly impair the furnace's airflow. First check to make sure the furnace filter is clean and has been recently changed. Then be sure to make sure all vent registers are clear of furniture and other blockages. If this does not solve the problem, you may need to hire a professional company to clean your air ducts if airflow is still obstructed. The pilot light, faulty ignition sensor. The pilot light or ignition sensor is usually the most common issue when your furnace will not ignite. This is typically the problem if you can hear your furnace click on but it does not fire up. A faulty or dirty ignition or sensor is a relatively easy fix. So follow these steps, and you may be able to solve the problem yourself. First, you need to turn off the gas to the furnace. Then, remove the front panel to find the igniter or ignition sensor. This is typically located near the burners. If the sensor or igniter is dirty, it will need to be cleaned. Remove it with a screwdriver and clean it while being careful not to break it. When you are finished, replace it exactly the way you found it. Put the front panel back on. Turn on the gas. And then turn the furnace back on. Turn up the temperature on your thermostat to see if your furnace will now fire up.